Welcome back to Hold the Phone YouTube. Here are our best bets for Michigan, Arizona. All roads lead to one of the great matchups in college basketball history. We appreciate each and every single one of you for tuning back into the best sports betting show here on YouTube. Like the video, like the video, like the video. Subscribe to the page. Loop.
Feels like the Super Bowl.
This is it.
You know, we talk about it all year during football season, weeks 1 and 2. You know, we grind it out. And then you get to the Super Bowl, biggest game of the year. We've chipped away at college basketball. We've chipped away at the tournament. It seems like these two teams have been on a collision course for as long as I can remember.
This is the second highest rated team versus the third highest rated team in KenPom history. The highest rated game between two teams of this nature facing off ever against each other. This is the lowest combined odds of any Final Four matchup since 2000.
Hard to get much lower.
Coming into the tournament, Michigan was 350, Arizona was 400. Look, they have an average winning margin of 43 points entering the Final Four. That is the fourth all-time since 1975. Arizona and Michigan have been nothing but domination. This has been a highway to hell between these two ball clubs, Michigan, Arizona, all year long, all tournament long. Grab the popcorn, ass cheeks on the couch. This is going to be fucking cinema.
Yeah, it seems like it's the JV and the varsity. UConn and Illinois come out, and they're you know, I'm not saying this is the winner of this game gets to win the national championship because it's not going to be that easy.
Maybe.
Because you're only looking at a 5-point spread in the final.
Still, it'll be easy.
It's not going to be that easy. I picked Michigan at the beginning of the tournament. You picked Arizona.
Yep.
Feels like an NBA game we're about to watch.
Yeah.
Arizona, dominant big men. Michigan, you know, Yaxel. These guys are incredible. Maybe Michigan shoots it a little better. Arizona a little better in the paint and on D. I don't know how to pick this game. It's scary.
Look, it's the game of the decade. It's the game of the century. Each one of these squads has been ranked in the top 3 since December 1st.
Yeah.
So they've been at the top of the mountain, and I cannot believe we now, on the biggest stage in a Final Four matchup, get to see these two squads go toe-to-toe. I do not worry necessarily in this game Big 12, Big 10. I feel like if you do have worries, that is something that you can look at and maybe think to yourself, you have a Big 10 school versus a Big 12 school. I know Big 10 has run the tournament, but the Big 12 overall as a conference was much better talent-wise all season long.
Yeah, but the Big 10 was much better in the tournament.
I guess.
You had Illinois in the Final Four. You had Purdue in the Elite Eight.
You had Purdue.
And who did you have in the Big 12?
Iowa and Illinois. Big 12.
Iowa State got bounced. Houston got bounced.
Houston got bounced. I still think overall this year, I know it's easy to look at the tournament.
No, I'm saying it's pretty split. Like the Big 10 had 5 teams in the Elite Eight. No.
It was something.
Yeah, I think they had. You had Illinois, you had Purdue, you had Michigan. No, Michigan State Sweet 16. I think they had 6 teams in the Sweet 16.
Look, Arizona entering the Sweet 16 was 6-0 against the other opponents in the Sweet 16.
Yeah.
And all I heard a lot of Arkansas when going against Arizona. Then I heard a lot of Purdue when going against Arizona. Now I'm hearing a lot of Michigan going against Arizona. It must get pretty exhausting at some point disrespecting and going against this team.
Nobody took Purdue.
Yes, they did.
Nobody took Purdue.
I saw a lot.
It's always,
that's the Big 10 champion, Loop. Purdue Boilermakers.
Come on. Everybody and their mother had Arizona. Every text thread I was in was Arizona money line and Illinois money line. You know that's true.
If you're still underestimating or disrespecting
No, there's no
Arizona,
underestimating or disrespect. These are the 2 best teams in the country.
It must be exhausting.
How are you underestimating them? They're the number 2 rated team of all time. I don't think anyone's underestimating them. I think both of these teams are pretty highly estimated.
I just think a lot of people still don't believe that this Arizona team can get over the hump.
Yeah, I mean, this is the
because they have a very rich recent past of choking in the tournament. Now they're here in the Final Four, and I don't see a lot of people backing Arizona.
We have the 2 best teams in the country. Like, I don't think anybody is like the little engine that could in this game. We have 2 NBA teams. We have all the best players in the world, and I'm looking at this was 59% of the bets and 56% of the money on Arizona. Like, this game is going to be split down the middle.
All I'm saying is I see a lot of social media of all the people over at these bigger networks and all the people
Same
over
people
at
that took
different
Purdue.
media taking Michigan.
Okay. Well,
That's
all
all
I
I'm
can tell
saying.
you is the facts.
You don't have to
59,
you don't have to
52.
shoot the messenger.
I'm not. I'm just giving the people facts. This is $500,000 worth of handle. 59% of bets, 56% of money on the spread in Arizona. 59-52 on the money line.
Arizona has beaten UConn. Arizona has beaten Purdue, who beat Michigan. Arizona has also beaten Alabama, who had beaten Illinois. Illinois has beaten Texas Tech, which beat Arizona. UConn has beaten Kansas, who also beat Arizona. It's one hell of a Final Four.
You lost me a little bit there, but I get the point. Yeah, I think this. Look, dude, I can't pick this game. I mean, I think I'll go with Michigan just because I picked them earlier, but I also trust your instincts on Arizona. I just think
this is written. Like, the last time they won the Final Four was Indianapolis in 1997. They have just been on a highway to hell. They ran through the Big 12 tournament. They won the conference tournament. They have also dominated every opponent through the tournament. I just think their path of beating Purdue and Arkansas also has a stronger case than beating fucking Tennessee.
Yeah, but they killed them.
And who the fuck else did they even play? Alabama? No? Yeah, Alabama, who they were losing to at halftime. So I love Arizona. Arizona is going to win the game. Arizona is going to win the national championship. I have full confidence. Like, I'm not being any sort of, like, that is firmly and truly what I believe, that this is destiny, and that a Big Ten school isn't going to win the national championship. UConn wouldn't have the stones of beating Arizona. They are too big, too bad. They faced adversity in the Elite Eight. They overcame it, still win by 15. Now I feel like they're going to come out guns blazing, and I think they win this game, and it's a very strong case that then going into the national championship.
Totally. Whoever wins this game is going to be a big favorite in the national championship. It's either going to be a 6.5 point spread or a 5.5 point spread, depending on who they play. But the only thing I disagree with you on is this Big 12. Like, the Big 12 looked pretty fraudulent in the tournament. Houston was horrible. Iowa State was terrible. Kansas stinks. Texas Tech stinks. These are all the teams, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th in the conference. TCU, like, they had what?
They had a couple bad games.
No, I know, but they also look real bad. Like, Houston looked like shit.
Yeah.
And Iowa State did too.
I mean, but throughout the course of the season.
Totally, but like, you are who you are at the end of the year.
Correct. No, I know.
And the Big Ten looked pretty damn good in the tournament. That's 2 teams standing.
And Purdue beat Michigan in the Big Ten tournament.
Totally.
Won the tournament.
Yeah, I think maybe it's going to start to be a good thing in these conference tournaments, not run the table. I guess we'll find out.
I also just firmly believe that Arizona runs deeper than Michigan.
Yeah. I think
Like,
I think the Yaxel versus Koa Pete matchup's going to be big.
Who the fuck's on Michigan? Ade Mora, sure, you got Mo Krivas with him. You have Yaxel and Koa Pete. But then from the guard perspective, you have Cadeau, who's the transfer from UNC. Yeah, he's great. But I feel like between Jaden Bradley and Braden Berries, plus the Toby Awaka coming off the bench is a fucking dog. Del Orso, who's also makes massive threes in massive moments. I just feel like
he could be key, Del Orso. When he's making threes, they're a different team.
And the freshman, Kachenkov, he has been getting to a bucket as of late, and he fucked us in the Big 12 championship when he banked in that 3 when we had a future on Houston.
I like the S. The only thing I'm worried about with Arizona is the shooting. Like, they only have to make 5 threes.
No, he literally fucked us. We had Houston.
Oh, yeah, Houston. That game was ugly. Fuck Houston. They haven't had to shoot threes. And I'm worried that if Michigan has a little more inside out, that would be my one worry if I was Arizona.
Yep.
Like, if they get into a game where they then do need to shoot some threes, they shoot like similar percentages from the field, but I think Michigan made like 300 more during the season, took 300 more.
Yeah.
Yaxel versus Koa Pete's going to be a massive matchup. I think if Michigan wants to win, Yaxel's going to need to be the best player.
All I hear about is the Axel guy and how incredible he is and how cocky he is.
We're about to find out.
No, I know.
He's 28 years old. That
Yeah,
helps.
he's 30.
Yeah.
Look, Arizona's going to win the fucking game. I know that for a fact, and I will put my stamp on it right now. Michigan can kick rocks. Big Ten schools in the Final Four. They haven't won in 25 years, Loop. Look up the last time a Big Ten school has won the national championship.
I get it. I'm just saying the Big Ten has looked pretty good this March. And this Michigan team doesn't look like a Big Ten team of old.
I know.
And neither does Illinois.
I know.
So.
And they've came to the Final Four, and I bet neither make the final.
Dusty May, maybe slight edge in the coaching, too. And your guy also, Tommy Lloyd's out the door on Monday.
Arizona money line.
Yeah,
Give
they
it to
got
us.
a plus next to their name, which makes it scary.
Everyone loves Michigan.
And Purdue. Same game parlay. What's next? Evan Williams Bourbon is the bourbon that brings fans together to celebrate wins, rivalries, and game day traditions. Whether you're watching at the stadium or at home, it's always the right pour. Evan Williams Bourbon is a proud supporter of college athletics, celebrating the passion and energy found at tailgates, watch parties, and local bars where real fans share the highs and lows of every game. Evan Williams Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey, Bardstown, Kentucky, 43% alcohol per volume. Please enjoy responsibly. Find where to purchase your bottle at evanwilliams.com and join Bourbon Nation. There you go.
We have a little same-game parlay between two of the best teams in the country. Two guys on both sides of the basketball. Number one, Arizona's 28-0, and this man scores 10-plus points. Give us Koa Pete 15-plus points in the ball game. Number two, well, we'll keep on going with Koa Pete.
This guy's a dog.
I mean, he's unbelievable. He not only in last game when they're down 7 at a half, pretty much erases the second half deficit by himself. Just all around.
Yeah.
This man, he goes, Arizona goes. Koa Pete is just an absolute fucking dog.
I know. My worry with the points is that like this guy's biggest assignment might be on D in this game. You know what I mean?
That is true.
But 15 should come either way.
He's had 20-plus back-to-back games against Arkansas and against Purdue. All year, though, in very big games, he delivers. And 15 points
15 should be easy.
Honestly, not a big ask.
No.
In a total where we're floating around 160. You know, if they put up 80-plus points.
Yeah, the pace of this game is going to be out of control.
And then, you know, we've heard about him all week long. You might think he's LeBron fucking James himself. Give us Yaxel for 15-plus points.
There's a very different narrative there. Two guys that are playing very well.
All I hear about is this fucking Yaxel
yeah, he's
guy.
had 25, 23, 27, 7 rebounds, 12 rebounds, 6 rebounds, 4, 7, and 2.
I feel like the biggest game of Michigan's year, they came out and fucking lost against Duke.
The biggest game of the year is going to be coming up.
Correct.
And the biggest game of the year was the last game for both of these teams.
They played Tennessee, who stinks.
I know, but he had 27, 7, and 4 on 10 of 19. Like, got to give the guy some credit. He's been pretty unbelievable. And he's 30 years old, but that's the state of the game. I don't know what to tell you.
I'm done with this Michigan team.
I know.
I'm done with this Michigan.
The Koa Pete, this guy's been pretty damn good too.
I understand that.
Yeah, I know you don't like
but
Michigan.
not as many
You're
people.
Arizona.
But again, I don't see as many people talking about Koa Pete. Like,
well, he hasn't had as good of a tournament. This guy's numbers have been unbelievable.
We'll see.
He's 10
15
years
plus
older.
for both, plus 135.
It's easier. It's a man's
two-leg
game.
parlay. I mean, again, it does not matter. Neither here or there. Just give us the two gentlemen here for 15 plus points. SeatGeek is the place to be.
Oh, yeah.
Spring and summer coming up between the NBA, March Madness, concerts, MLB, everything in between. SeatGeek is the place to be.
Yep. SeatGeek, great sponsor of the show. They have over 35 million downloads. They're the #1 rated ticketing app. I mean, you go on here, you can get tickets to anything. Final Four coming up this weekend.
Yep.
You got NBA playoffs coming up. You got MLB all summer long. SeatGeek, best app in the game.
And of course, we have a code for you guys. Use LOCKS10 for 10% off your next ticket order off of SeatGeek. That's 10% off any tickets with promo code LOCKS10.
All right, game prop. I like it. I told you this earlier in the week. I think the pace of this game is going to be out of control. I know it might be a popular play, but I'm taking the over points. I don't care what the number was. You watch both of these teams. Like, you watch Michigan against Alabama. I actually think that game ended up going under, and it was like 100 points, 105 points at halftime. But in a game that's not going to be a blowout, like, I feel like the only time these points get hindered with Michigan is if they blow someone out, and the pace is just so good the whole game, and there's no way this game's going to be a blowout either way. It's going to be back and forth. I think if you're taking the under, you're a madman, which I normally would be, but I think this game's in the 80s easy.
Easy. Yeah, we're going to take the over. Game of the year.
That's my Evan Williams bourbon bet of the night, the over. What do you think?
I like it. I mean, like I said, it might be very, very public, who knows? Usually in a big game like this, the opposite comes out and we're going to be looking at just an absolute barn burner of a game. But I don't think that's the case. Obviously, there's also a factor the fact that they're playing in a football field. And sometimes that takes a little bit of an adjustment to make during a real live game. But it's the over Final Four, two of the best teams of all time.
Yeah.
Let's see 80-plus points from both sides of the basketball.
Evan Williams, Bourbon better than I. Grab some Evan Williams. We're for some points.
Yeah.
Who's got it better than us?
Nobody. That's our game picks. That's our same game parlay. Arizona's going to win the fucking game. 15-plus points from both best players on both sides of the basketball between Koa Pete and fucking Yaxelbaum, Yaxel Burb,
Yaxel. About the Cavenders.
Our over, our Evan Williams Bourbon bet of the night, and also Sunday, April 5th, the Cavenders. You can pick a Cavender twin to win.
Yeah, pick a twin to win. And if you pick the right Cavender twin,
on BetMGM.
They're playing one-on-one on Sunday in Vegas. You pick the right twin, you win up to a share of $2 million in bonus bets.
It's a beautiful thing.
Who's got it better than you besides us?
Arizona, winning the national championship. Loops, last words?
It's going to be great.
See you on the other side.